If you're like me or just a person in general, you may often find yourself puzzled as to why you feel so unproductive. You've done your to-do lists, you've meditated here and there, yet for some reason, things just aren't getting done. I go through this cycle quite often. Highs and lows of productivity, highs and lows of my mood in general. But recently, I've started to examine why I feel like this sometimes, and I've come to quite a simple conclusion. For me, and hopefully for you, the secret to being most productive is to have things as organized as possible. Now, I've never really been the most tidy person in the world, and judging by how you're watching this video right now, you're probably not the most tidy person in the world either, which is why I've devised 3 simple ways to organize and declutter your life for the better. These steps couldn't be easier, and if you stick around to the end, I'll talk about why decluttering your space is maybe the most powerful thing that you can do for your mental health. So without further ado, grab your dustpan, grab some gloves, and let's get clean. Like most people, my desk throughout the week just kind of becomes a place to dump anything that's in my pockets or in my bags. I spend about 90% of my time at my desk here, so having it tidied up is a must. Again, we're clearing the path here of distractions in order to have a more productive and honestly happier existence in your space. The living room at our place, after about a week or so, kind of just turns into the same thing. Clothes strewn everywhere, pillows all about, a mess. But it's kind of what this room is for, right? Living. That's why being mindful about keeping things tidy makes the moments that you spend in this room, or really any room for that matter, that much more meaningful. The kitchen is one of the first places to get dirty. Dishes are boring, washing stuff is gross, the dishwasher more often than not turns into a game of Tetris. But the cleaner it gets, the faster you can make food, and it just feels good cooking in a clean environment. And to be honest, I usually forget this part, but scrubbing down the counters is very much a part of the process of cleaning the kitchen. It makes everything smell nice and makes sure there's no bacteria or gross stuff on your counters. Organizing and just tidying up in general is kind of the first layer of the puzzle. You're not really getting rid of things, you're just putting things back in their homes so that they're easier to find later. That's why the second step has something to do with ridding yourself of the things that don't immediately benefit you, but in a way that makes you feel good as a person. So I don't know about you guys, but I feel like I'm constantly thinking about my clothes in terms of how to balance function, style, wearability, etc. And because of this, it's not uncommon for us to build up a closet of things we just don't wear. Think of the clothes that you own right now. Like, are you wearing the same 4 or 5 jackets? Do you really need that 6th one? If there's articles of clothing that haven't seen the light of day for months, maybe it's time to get rid of them. I have such a hard time downsizing my closet because I'm such a sentimental person. I feel like I can remember every little exact moment with a piece of clothing, when in reality, that's just not possible. If you look at a piece of clothing and your first thought is, oh, I'm not gonna wear that, throw it in the bag and rip that band-aid right off. One way I get out of being too sentimental about getting rid of clothes is thinking about how these clothes are on their way to make new memories with a new family. And there's something kind of beautiful about that, is there not? Plus, you could talk for hours about fast fashion and its impact on the environment, but we'll have to say that for another video. Donate your clothes, it's good for the soul and other people. The easiest step of them all, trash. Throwing away things you absolutely don't need, taking things to the incinerator or the recycling. This one may seem obvious, but truly getting rid of things that you don't need, and I mean permanently, like throwing things down a trash chute or putting them in the recycling, is one of the best things you can do for yourself. In a similar way to donating clothes, you can kind of take the stance of, I'm saving the planet through recycling, while at the same time getting rid of the things that I do not need in my space. If you look at an object or a thing and it doesn't immediately spark joy, just trash it or recycle it. Cut it off, rid it from your life, throw it in the trash. We're trying to be happy here, not hoard memories we shouldn't even be holding on to. Deeper issues. Studies actually show that decluttering a space can help fight anxiety and depression. Think of your space as kind of a reflection of your inner self. If your room isn't as clean as it should be, then inside your head probably is full of clutter. I think that taking care of your space and cleaning up is a really tangible way of taking care of your mental health. Especially for you 20-something-year-olds like myself, your apartment is where you spend 90% of your time, so why not make it a nice place to spend time in? I always forget how nice it is to be in a completely clean space with things exactly where they should be. And sometimes it takes an entire day to do that. But the 3 to 4 hours you spend cleaning compared to the feeling that you get when you're in a space that's clean, makes it all worth it. And I get it, it's easy to let things build up over time, but I'll tell you, it's harder to reconcile with the clutter as time goes on. And of course it's easy to put off, but I truly think that with these 3 steps that we covered, it's easier to visualize how to declutter and the benefits that come with it. I know there's something right now that you should be cleaning up, and I know that you know that as well. So this is your official reminder to clean your space. I promise that when things are where they need to be, you'll have a much easier time being more productive. That's just a fact. If you enjoyed this video as much as I did making it, consider dropping a like, and if you really enjoyed it, consider subscribing, because I'm on my own journey of self-improvement and self-betterment, and I want to take you guys with me. I appreciate all the love and support I've gotten this far. It truly warms my heart to know that I'm helping at least some of you guys. So with that, keep scrolling mindfully, and I'll see you in the next video.